Nothing lasts forever. Did you know that? Like this camera, it's on an angle, that's not going to last forever. There we go, she's fixed. Bravo. Nothing lasts forever. If you do nothing, that nothing will last forever. So therefore, just stay within thinking about nothing and you'll be there forever. So be in the present and you'll be there forever. Basically, you'll always be in the present forever. Even when you're dead, you'll still be in the present moment. Because you won't be anywhere else, and that will be lasting forever. You stay in the moment, that lasts forever. It's the only thing that doesn't go away is the present moment. It's always there. Past, that goes away. Future, that goes away, yeah, it changes. Present, always there. Empty phenomena rolling on, just like empty, like it's not got no actual meaning, that's why it's empty. And it's phenomena because it's just like appearing in your senses. It's just this construction that's telling the brain whether it's quite accurate. Let your senses are like accurate or not. It's not actually your senses aren't actually seeing the world as it is. It's just sensing the world and then just sending signals into the brain, and it's just like a vat just chilling up there in a big brain soup, basically. So it's empty phenomena. Everything's just phenomenal, just like in like the scientific sense of the word. And then it's rolling on. It's just like this cosmic sense of it just being there. And then it's still there, right? It's still there, right? Last time I checked, it's still just happening. It's a big mystery, really, why everything exists. No one can really put any. Well, actually, lots of people can put their finger on it, but like, no one can reliably put their finger on it, like undebatably. God, yeah, I mean, that's God, I know. I can't even debate God. It doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. God seems too much like a person name. It's just dog spelt backwards. Sorry, Christians, but God just doesn't sound right. You know what else doesn't sound right? It's the fact that I didn't put the microphone on the freaking camera. It's alright, guys. I've got it right here. Did you know? Did you know I've got the microphone right here? You know, I've been having these thoughts. Well, they're not really... There we go. They're not really thoughts. They're more like realizations. I've been learning all this Buddhist philosophy, you know, and I've been feeling that there's just something wrong with the universe. Like something's just not quite right. And I don't know what. Just for some reason, everything is inherently bad. It's just not worth living how it is right now. You guys ever get that? You know, like you see something like a fly dying on the windowsill and you're just like, yeah, the world does suck. And then I'm just like, yeah, at least I'm not on my period. Then the world would really suck, apparently. So, since I'm not a woman on the period, maybe I shouldn't be so unhappy, but I am, and I feel like the world just keeps rolling on, you know, with or without you being happy. Something that it's like these emotions of fear. I think it's the emotion of fear that it's not right. It's not really anxious. Anxious is sort of like a bit more irrational. Fear actually makes sense. To me, at least. Anxious just seems like the opposite of being depressed, which obviously doesn't make sense. It's just something that's just like thoughts. there. But fear, it sort of seems like something that is, it's like outside your comfort zone, and it's there for you to be courageous in. I guess it is pretty similar, but I'm just gonna say that it just feels a bit different. Yeah. So this thing of fear, I fear that there's something that's wrong with my face when I'm looking at someone else, and that someone else is looking back at me and they're going, ew. So, how does it feel to be a therapist? Oh man, now I know how to have a podcast. It was supposed to be a comedy podcast. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast. I was listening to a Buddhist lecture talk thing earlier. You're supposed to sit down and meditate and listen to it or whatever. I was just in my car driving. Got my P's, guys. I can drive. Sweet. And I'm getting dizzy now. Okay, I was spinning my chair for you guys listening. I'm gonna assume that you're listening. Yeah. I was listening to this Buddhist thing, and he was like, "Fear is alright. It's the path to growing and learning and stuff, and it's where you can have courage in, and then you have courage, and that's where you go through it. It's right to be there. You can just live with it and go along. It's fine. It won't stop you." So I feel like there's this I wasn't trying to just have you guys be my therapist. I feel like this is quite a normal problem, like quite a universal problem of being fearful that something's not enough and that the world's gonna bloody end, right? The world's gonna bloody end if X doesn't happen like Y, like it should. But like the world's not gonna end unless you're like the president of a big nuclear country. Something not going to plan is not going to equal the world ending, is what I'm saying here. So unless you're one of Joe Biden's right-hand mans or Kim Jong-un, something not going right, it's not going to equal the world ending. But still, it feels like the world's going to end if that doesn't happen. And then this Buddhist guy, he was saying, Joseph Goldstein, by the way, thought I should reference it in case you guys want to just check him on Waking Up app with Sam Harris and stuff. Yeah, he was saying that. Damn it! I forgot what he was going to say. Oh God! I'm getting all fearful now. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, he was saying that the fears just happens, and you gotta like live with it and stuff. Yeah. So guys, basically you're not gonna be perfect, but you just gotta be. Oh, that's it. You just gotta be like, just see that it's there and just be like, this is fine. This is gonna happen. This happens. It's not like this happens and therefore it's bad. It's just there. This is happening, and you don't have to give it a name. A name being like a bad name. You don't have to say like bad dog to the fear. You don't have to see an emotion and be like bad dog, bad, as if like the emotion was like it's like some pet that you were training. How do you expect an emotion to have some free will like that, to be like, to hear you being like, bad emotion, no, this is bad, and it'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Archie, I shouldn't have done that. You know, it's gonna be like, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. You can't be like bad or good thought, do more of that, more of that, stay here. You can't do that. You can't do that. You just have life, and you have that empty anything, phenomena, what's there, and you have it rolling on. You just have the moment, not the next moment, you have the moment right now, you have the moment right now, you have the moment right now. That's all you ever have. It's what you got to keep going on, and then you're not still marching on because you never can, you just got to see that you always are marching. You don't have to keep marching on, you just have to be there, and be there as you march. We don't really have to march without saying you're putting in an effort. It should really be effortless. You're just there, and it's just swarming in, and you're just like, yeah, this is as it is. It's not great, it's not bad, but it's lovely. I love it, man. I love life. People take the piss out of love life. Just annoying coworkers that I used to know. Yeah, take the piss out of love life at this place that I work at. Love life. Haha. No, you actually can love life. Life is pretty lovely, alright. Even though sometimes it's not lovely, it's still pretty good. It's still worth loving. It's still worth loving the fact that you're alive. You don't need to be all suicidal about it and not loving life. If you don't love life, that's bloody suicidal. You don't need to be that, okay? You just need to, you can love life, and even if it's not the best thing ever, it doesn't have to be great, it just has to be something that exists, and then everything that exists you can get something out of, and from that you can be happy, basically. You just got to see that these things like fear and other stuff as well, like I guess anxiety and sadness and all these other emotions and thoughts, you can relinquish your reactions to them. So for example, with fear, I can just say that I'm fearful here, but I don't have to then go, oh, well that means that I should run away. Well, that means that I should do one of these movements where I'm like, oh, I should back away. It doesn't mean I have to back away. It doesn't mean I have to get up there and be like, oh, talk all quickly and still backing away. Still like avoid it. You know, I don't have to avoid it. I don't have to do all that stuff that's like, what is it? It's like, react. I don't have to react off it. I don't have to have it be a variable in my existence. I just realised I've had this camera adjusted wrong. Anyway, that doesn't have to be a variable. That's something I hear people say stuff like that, and like what I just said, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of unnecessary. Really, it's just talking for the sake of being a bit selfish and trying to lay all my stuff on you and get like a little bit of sympathy. I'm like, because if I was alone, I wouldn't say that. If I wasn't talking to someone right now, I would be like, oh, I just need to adjust my camera right. That's a little bit annoying, but that's okay. That happened. That's just, it is. It's happening. I can't do anything about it now. I can just let it go. I can relinquish. I can let go. That's what relinquish means. Just like let it go. Bye-bye. Like let it off the leash. Run away. I can relinquish my thoughts for that. I was so fearful about coming into this podcast session today, and I was so tired. I had all these work I was doing at school and stuff like that. It's stupid. And I was scared because I wasn't going to be able to talk properly, but man, oh man, I was just in that thing of feeling the fear, and then from that I had avoidance. I had that avoidance. All these thoughts and then these actions of not podcast, and I would be completely fine. I'm really enjoying this right now, actually. And man, it sort of combines with this thing of pressure and expectations, and then there's fear to not meet those expectations. Expectations imply that they have to be met, and therefore it implies that if you're not going to meet it, then you should avoid it. Instead of having the courage and going into it anyway and being willing to stuff up and make mistakes and have it not be that good. That's what acceptance really is. Acceptance of life is to have it not be alright and for you to still be alright because you know that it's okay. You know you're not King on Dun Dun Dun, King on Ding Dibby Dum Dum, or Joe Biden's right hand man that's pressing all the buttons, and if something goes wrong in their life, a nuke's gonna go off and the world's gonna end. You're not one of them guys. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You just gotta have, that's where you can have that real courage. It comes from acceptance. Acceptance that everything is alright. Fear is okay to have. It's alright to be like that, guys. It's alright for life to come in and get you down. Because you were not exempt. That's what life does. It gets in your face. But when it gets in your face, you don't have to react to it getting in your face. You can just have it get in your face and be like, yeah, this is what happens, alright? And then you can work from there. You just do the next thing. You just do the next thing because it's not controllable. You just focus on the next thing. Well, you can focus on it happening. But you don't have to react. Even in spite of it. Or despite it, or because of it. You just have to just see that it's there and be like, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. This was nothing of my doing, even if it was an action that I did, and I can remember me doing that action. It wasn't really something that I did. My will didn't determine it. It was something that happened in my life leading up to that point that determined it. It wasn't my will. And then you see it, and by seeing it without judgment, that's accepting it. And then once you've accepted it, then you don't have to avoid it. You can be okay with it, and then you don't have to avoid it, and then you can just be happy despite it. Then you can despite it. Maybe I wasn't quite sure what I was talking about when I was talking about despite things. Well, you don't have to be like, you don't have to follow the train of thought despite it. Maybe is what I was going down, but you don't have to be. You can still relinquish those negative emotions attached to something happening. You don't have to be attached to it. You can just accept it, and then you can do the next thing, which is, if you've relinquished those emotions, a wholesome thing, a good thing for you. The courageous thing to do, because you're okay with it. Once you're okay with it, and you act, not despite of it. I know what I'm getting to. Not despite of it, but with it. You don't completely disregard it. You work with the fear. Not against it. Not through it. But with the fear. That's what acknowledging the fear is. It's accepting it. And then working with that acceptance. It's not working with that acceptance doesn't mean backing away and running away. That's not working with it. What kind of collaborative effort is this? This isn't some high school group project. Jesus Christ, matey. No, it's not some high school group project. You're actually collaborating on this, guys. You're collaborating on this project that is life. And you get these emotions, you get these things that come in, and you gotta be like, okay, you're coming in. Well, no, you're not coming in, you're already here, right? This is how it is. The moment, the future of you coming in doesn't exist. Like, the anticipation of something, was what I was referring to, because coming implies that it's gonna be, like, worse or better. No, nothing's gonna be worse, nothing's gonna be better, it's only ever gonna be how it is right now. You can't have something that's better than something, or something that's worse, because you have nothing to compare it to. The only thing you ever have is the present moment, and you can't change that. You can't change the present moment. That's all you have. You just do the next wholesome thing by acknowledging that you only have the present moment, and therefore you may as well be okay with it, because it always is just gonna happen. And then once it's happened, then you can be like, the next wholesome thing I can still do. I can still be okay. I can still be okay and not be affected by this. I mean, yeah, I'll be affected in that my path will change. But the sense that there's an some person behind your eyes that's being affected by emotions, and therefore is going to be adversely reacted or even benefited, is a false concept. It's an illusion. It's a delusion sort of thing. There's someone in your head that's being affected by emotions, and now they're going to be biased to give worse decisions. No, that's an illusion, right? You only have what you have right now, so you have nothing to base giving a bad illusion off. You only have present moment. From that present moment, you can last forever. You can last forever in the empty consciousness. Sorry? You can last forever in the empty phenomenon. Rolling on. It's not getting anywhere, it's just there. And that's where you can be. Always. You just be. And that's enough. And my God, I just be. And therefore, you just can't help but be happy. Where's the need to meet expectations in that?